Hello everyone, this is Adventure 494. Today I thought of doing another flight by popular request. Someone is asking, or someone's requesting to do a flight in Penang. So we're going to take off from Penang International Airport today on this Cessna Skyhawk 2 172, and we will head towards the city, do a bit of sightseeing, find out if the Penang Bridge exists, and then we will cross over to Butterworth and land at Butterworth Airport. Okay, that's the plan. So let's have a look at the airport information. So we got the Penang information. It's only 10 feet mean sea level, so it's not a high airport. Elevation is only 10 feet. What else do we have to know here? Runway is about 10,000 feet. It's kind of long runway. And we are going to take a route from after takeoff on Penang International Airport on runway 04. We're going to turn left and go in between this I would say some hills here in between. The reason why I want to go through these hills is because I want to have a look at the Penang Hill. Right, they've got a tram, nice tram going up the Penang Hill there. I want to check whether that thing exists, so we can probably have come a bit closer and have a look whether that exists. And then when we come towards this race course and golf, I just want to make sure that that exists as well. That's going to be our cue to turn to the right, heading to the east and down to have a look whether we have KOMTAR in Google Earth. That we can see KOMTAR is right over there. And then we're going to cross over to Butterworth, and as soon as I come across this highway that goes to the north, we're going to turn left to the north, and we are going to turn back and land in Butterworth. Yeah, I know Butterworth is a military airport. We are not allowed to land, not for commercial aircraft nor any GA aircraft, but I got a special permission from them, so that's okay for today. Okay, all right, let's start. So we are in the aircraft. So it's a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's an aircraft that I like to fly, and this is the same aircraft that I fly out of Subang for my trainings. And let's get ready for fly and let's go in. And let's have a look outside the airport to find out exactly where we are, so at least we can know where we need to taxi. So we will have to taxi that way, and that's the runway 04 over there, so we will take off to the north. Any Penang guys looking at this video, you might want to maybe comment and say whether this is how it looks like in Penang. I've been there a few times, but I'm not really sure how the airport looks like because I'm always sitting in the aircraft, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's not, right? Even Subang has this tall rise building which is never even near to the airport. Alright, no worries. Let's hop back into the cockpit and let's start this baby up. And then we'll zoom out just to make sure that the valve is shut-off valve is closed. This is open. And since we are here, we can do the trimming. Make sure it's under takeoff for trimming. Slightly up. Okay, cool. And let's have a look at our mixture. It's fully in. Okay, and then our throttle, let's pump it 3 times. Okay, and the next thing is going to be our beacon. Has to be on. Let's on our beacon. Let's look at our master. Switch on. Yeah, switch on the master. And we are going to start the engine. So let's zoom out a bit. Let's look at our RPM. Our RPM is going to be there. So everything's set up. I think we should be okay. Let's start that engine up. We have, I think this one might need to close. Okay, let's try that. Let's do a fuel pump on, and let's try that again. Excellent. You can switch off the fuel pump. Don't need that anymore. RPM, let's up to 1000. Our parking brake is off. Let me just switch on the parking brake. Make sure it's on. Okay, parking brake's on. Let's bring it up to 1000 RPM. Let's check the oil pressure. Pressure is good. It takes a while to go up to the green, I guess. Temperature is good. alternator. Let's switch on our radios. We got fuel in our tanks left and right. Switch on our avionics. We're not going to use any avionics today. We're not going to use any ATC either, but we'll just switch on them anyways. So let's switch on our transponder. 7,000. Let's put on to standby. We will make it to go to altitude after takeoff. Looks like everything is okay. Switch on the radio and transponders. They are on. Rudders. Yep. Elevators. Ailerons. Looking fine. Okay. So looks like we are set for taxi. So let's switch on our taxi light. Okay, looks like everything's a go. Let's make sure the altimeter is set to the QNH. It is. Alright, let's request for taxi, and then we'll taxi over to runway 04. Okay, I'm not going to need this guy's help, but I'm just gonna oh, it's like kind of close to me. Maybe if I turn right, I won't be hitting him. Hopefully. Alright, so let's see whether we can avoid this guy over here. Alright, do this parking brake. Bring up the throttle and see whether you can avoid this guy over here. Since the runway is long for this airport, I don't think so I'll be needing any flaps unless we have weight or we have short runways. Look at the water, it's awesome. Maybe coming on the left. There, it's fine. So we will hold short here like we usually do and do our magnetos check before we go to runway and take off. I'm going to go inside now and just stop here for a second. Usually at this point ATC, we will have to contact the tower and get permission for takeoff, but we will normally tell tower just hang on until we got everything checked up. So I'm going to do my run-up test here. Let's parking brake is on. Let's bring up the the RPM to about 1007. Okay, let's check our magnetos. One left, drop, yep, both. Two left, drop, both. Okay, that's fine. Let's bring it down to idle, and then we'll switch on our nav lights, strobe lights, and our landing lights on before we go into the runway. Everything else looks good. No, we are not going to put any flaps on. Suction. Don't see these suctions here. There used to be a suction on the left hand side here. Maybe it's a different model. Okay, so I think we're ready to go into the runway and take off. Okay, our heading is going to be straight on. So basically we are just going to remind ourselves what we're going to do. We're going to take off from runway 04, try and stay on the runway as much as possible, then bank to the left, go in between these hills here. Hope it's not too high, and then we will look at on the left and look at our Penang Hill, and then turn right, go to KOMTAR. We probably have a look at the Penang Bridge on the right. I think it's there, and then we cross over to Butterworth. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, so we are ready to go. Just assume that ATC has given us the permission to departure. Let's move on into the runway. Runway is clear. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it looks nice. I put in a bit of clouds to make it a bit more realistic looking. Okay, this should be a bit more sunny in a bit. Okay, so I'm not going to stop here, I'm just going to go full throttle. Aircraft tends to swerve to the left. Airspeed alive. We're gonna rotate at 55. There we go. Okay, positive rate of climb. Try to get about 500 feet per minute. Stay on to the 04, heading of 04 until we clear the runway. We are going to go up to about 1,000 feet, so we want to be close to the ground so we can see the building. So I'm going to turn left here. As I said, we're going to go in between the hills over there. Yeah, it's just high enough so we can go through the hills there. We are about 700 feet. Penang Bridge from here actually. Trying to go a bit closer a bit. Let's try and go through those hills over there. Yeah, I think we can. So let's level off here. Sometimes if you hit the hills you get a bit of a wind shear going on through, especially when you have hills and valleys and all that. So let me just clear this a bit. I'm not sure if we can clear this in 1,000 feet. If we can't, we're going to fly slightly higher and then we're going to back down to 1,000 feet. So I'm doing this flight because people have requested to do, they want to go and see Penang, whether all this stuff exists. So it's a good idea. And I'm also planning to do every airport in Malaysia soon after this. I'm planning to also do a tour of all the airports from south, or from Subang to the north, to Ipoh, to Penang, to Langkawi, and do a round robin, come back to, from Johor, come back to Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, so watch out for those videos, and because this is so awesome. The sceneries are fantastic. Look at those trees, and the sun is coming. It's the morning sun. Okay, so I'm going to bring the RPM down. We are actually cruising at 120, which is quite fast. In this case RPM, can you see that the wind that's blowing us around? It's coming from the hills. Alright, so let's have a look. We are actually, on the left hand side you will see Block C Temple. Just after this area over here. I guess that's the one there. Not sure but it's modeled accurately, and you can only see the Penang Bridge, the Penang Hill there. I can see that little slot there. That's where the train that goes up to the Penang Hill. Make sure we stay on altitude. It is there. You can see it, right? So I'm not sure whether it's modeled accurately though. Okay. Let's look up a bit. Yeah, it is there. Yeah. And we are going to take the right here. Can't go close to that because it's kind of high. And let's go towards, this is supposed to be a stadium down here somewhere. Sorry, a golf course and a race. So I guess that building that's right in front of us is KOMTAR. Oh my god, the sun is in our face. Yeah, we have that race course on the left hand side. You can see it's coming down here, yeah? Race course and the golf course. That's the one. So we're on the left, on the right of it. It's coming up front. So it is there. And I'm pretty sure that that building in front of us is KOMTAR. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is the one, yeah. It's the race course. And supposed to be a golf course as well. It's kind of cool. Yep. And we are going to go again directly towards the city, and I'm going to keep KOMTAR on my right. Cruising about 90 knots, which is okay. The sun is in our face, so we can't really see. But let's look outside. So if you guys recognize any of the landmarks, do let me know in the comments. Yeah, if you want me to do another flight to Penang, going around, I can do that as well. But it has to be something realistic. I'm not just going around flying and boozing around and landing unnecessarily. So KOMTAR is coming to our right. So I'm not sure if that's been modeled correctly. I'm not sure. It looks like a cube. KOMTAR is supposed to be a round kind of a shape. Let's have a look from outside. The scenery sure looks very nice from here. It's Penang for you. Diving. Yeah. Pulau Jerujak is supposed to be on the right now. From here. Okay, so we're going over to Butterworth now. Get a bit of height there. Yeah, about 700 feet. So I'm gonna climb a bit to 1,000 feet. There's an island over there. Yep, it's in the in Google Maps as well. There's some boats on the area. This is the reason why I like this flight. This seems so much because it's got everything. Yeah, the sun is, I'm sure, is exactly where it is supposed to be. I'm going to trim this and bring it up a bit. Tends to come down, so let's go up at 500 feet per minute. So I can go outside and have a look. Yeah, that's supposed to be KOMTAR from here. Okay, we are looking for a highway. It's the AH2, and then we're going to turn left, heading north. We're actually heading not exactly east at the moment. Your airport should be on the left. It's Butterworth for you. Penang Bridge is there. I don't know. I know we didn't go close to the Penang Bridge is there, but it's not as as what it's supposed to be. Is that the runway down at the bottom? Looks like a runway. Might be just on top of the runway itself. Which way are we going? This is actually a military airport. So we're going to do a left circuit, come back and land at runway 18. So kind of so maybe this aircraft is a bit faster than it steer 152. Okay, let's turn to the north. Because it's runway 18, so we have to be north. Exactly north. I'm going to reduce the power a bit. Let's bring down the flaps. So we are about, yep. 1,000 feet. Come down to 1,000 feet. Let's put one notch of flap because we are in the white mark in the airspeed indicator. We can probably, let's come down to 1,000 feet and then we will do a left turn. So anybody out there who's been in this place, please let me know in the comments whether it looks real. I'm sure it does a bit. So I'm going to turn left here. We hit 1,000. This plane flies a little faster than the 152. So just make sure that we are. Notch of flaps. Just runway 18. Kind of a short flight this is. High because you can see the VSI lights or the VASI lights are all white. It's supposed to be 2 whites and 2 reds. I'm sure we're gonna get there in a bit. We are about 60 knots. There's a bit of wind coming in. Landing is all about speed. Yep, you must make sure that you have the right speed. You cannot come in very fast. You will have issues with the landing gear, so you need to have speed management. So you can see the VASI turning to red. Okay, 2 whites, 2 red. We are on the right slope, passing the threshold. Throttle to idle and keep it as, let it fly as best it wants to, and it should land by itself. Nice. Okay. So at this point we should call ground and ask for permission for parking. So let's try and see whether we can stroll down the runway and find a parking for ourselves. It's towards the end of this runway, the parking base. Again, I said the Butterworth Airport is not for GA nor commercial aircrafts. It's actually a military aircraft. But I got a special permission to land here today. Okay, let's find the parking. It's towards the end of the runway. So if you guys are interested to fly somewhere in Malaysia or any part of the world, I've got some interesting stuff that I want to you know, fly to, like the Loch Ness in Scotland. A few other places I'm looking at. I want to fly to. I want to check for real whether those exist or otherwise. Okay, coming up. There's a lot outside. Yeah, there's a turning here. So, whoop. I'm going to take the next one. Okay, let's clean up our flaps. Head down to some vehicles on the right hand side there. Some guys waiting for us there. Let's go towards them. There's a fuel box there, but there's some guys waiting for us. I will improve my outlook because I'm trying to get a controller, an Xbox controller, to be able to view outside properly. At the moment it's just jerking like that. It's very uncomfortable. Where are our guys? There's one here. So let's hit the brakes a bit and see whether we can. Now let's go to them. So we'll park just here. Go. Parking brakes on. Switch on our lights. Switch on off. I mean, switch off our lights. Sometimes it just get a bit difficult to do that. So I'm going to pull out the mixture. Let's switch off all the avionics. And then let's switch off the master switch. Okay, and that's okay. Right, so there we are. We had a quick look over Penang, and we landed in Butterworth Airport. It's not every day they can get to land in a military airport. Yeah. And again, thank you very much for viewing. Please subscribe if you think you like my videos. Leave a comment if you want to, want me to fly to a special part of the world or even in Malaysia. And I'm going to be coming up with more of this Malaysian airport series very soon. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye bye.